Typical if I don't let you blow something up.
He
Basically,
wasn't there for the spire.
we fought the pixies, fought the tree.
I remember pixies and trees. I remember. That's about it.
Okay, so then we traveled to the spire so that the two of them could learn how to teleport there. And then basically they decided it was time to move towards the mission in the south so they can get out from underneath your dear friend Beardo, who had kind of manipulated you guys into doing a mission for him. So you've been proceeding that way. Let me drop the map.
I do think Dark missed when Leah showed up.
Oh yeah, Leah, you met right after we were leaving, so basically the first one you missed. High Elf was wandering through the forest collecting pixie sticks. Traveled with you a little bit, wanted to go to the spire, and has been traveling with you just purely out of boredom and nothing better to do. So we had left, so if you look at the map, she did not share the pixie sticks. So I cleaned up some pictures because I had to take screenshots so that I could make notes. And you'll notice that I've replaced all the circles with links now, so now you should be able to see all the places you have gone, or basically things you can go to. The missions are still circles, more or less, for the moment. So you have like the Grove, you have a teleport spot for Leah, the Pixie Grove, the other spire. So that's more or less where you've been. So you had left where the spire is, and you would you arrived at the city of Krena, where you guys decided it was time to blow off some much-needed steam. In an attempt to make Gronkum feel better after the unfortunate happenings at the Pixie Grove, Arborist had the great idea that he should transform into something so that Gronkum could pummel him and feel better. At first talking about being very simple, simple bear he would transform into, and Gronkum would use his fist. It somehow escalated from
It's really hard.
So we started from Gronkum and his fist and Arborist being the bear to Gronkum fully armed versus Arborist as a Tyrannosaurus Rex that was lit on fire with fire shield.
So I go away for one day.
Fire Rex.
Gronkum put up an impressive fight, actually. The only thing that really did him in was the damage shield, so I think he actually was great, too. How many natural 20s did you roll, Gronkum? Like 4 or 5?
Four.
Yeah.
How many natural ones did I roll?
You rolled 5 natural 1s, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're almost in a row. Almost in a row.
I was gonna say we need accountability here. How many drinks did he drink?
Apparently a lot. I'll make up for it, don't worry. So
Arborist is lightweight.
The only reason, because he could only get his one attack, and he got a couple of good blows in, but he got close. That last one, if you were a little bit lower, you wouldn't have made that last transformation. But essentially, it eventually just ate through Gronkum's hit points. In one fairness, though, I think we did draw the half hit point natural one at one point, or the 20. So I think it did end up healing.
I think I healed him completely once, and then I halved my health.
No, it was only half. It halves everything.
It was only half of him.
But he was almost dead, so half his hit points is pretty fucking a lot of hit points.
Yes.
So, you guys had this great battle. The streets ran crazy as, the rest of you sat inside, and oh my god, I just saw what you guys were doing in the bottom part of the town. Nice. It's like death never left. Like death never left. So I believe Gronkum, what were you doing last? Were you walking off in the street, or what were you doing? Or did you go to your the hotel?
Gronkum would have gone to his room after the sparring match.
Wasn't it the bird?
There was a bird.
The bird.
Bird's a word.
But you did not notice the bird.
Gronkum did. Did Gronkum notice the bird?
You noticed the bird during the fight, but you were too busy fighting. Would you like to look for the bird before you go to sleep? Or tell you about the bird, or would you like to wait?
Did I notice the bird as well? Because I think I noticed.
Probably, but you would have also been too busy being the Tyrannosaurus Rex on fire.
I would imagine then after our fight, we would have talked about a weird bird.
Sure. Who all would have been awake? And who all did you want to go get?
I think it was just me and Gronkum.
Honestly, I don't think Grockham would say anything about the bird.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could see that. So, Gronkum, I saw this weird bird while we were fighting, man.
Roll perception.
You want to go hunt it with me?
AFK for coffee real quick.
Okay. Roll just a perception check while you're in the vicinity anyways to see if you can get an eye on it. You look about. No bird. It had flown off. Roll, both of you roll insight checks really quick. Gronkum, you get advantage because you actually met it. Oh, thank God. Okay. You both kind of put it together just from, Gronkum, your experience in Arborist, from what they kind of told you of their experience with the weird bird creature guy. You get the feeling he would probably not meet you very close to a city center like this, especially far away from Freeport. Arborist, you would know this specifically, just most of the Freeport area is like your typical human races and your humanoids, but there are more allowances kind of made within Freeport itself. It's not uncommon to find some mixed races. There's even a very well-known ogre merchant that kind of sits at the western entrance to the town. So while he may be more accepted there, out here might be a little bit more sketchy. But yeah, currently you don't see it.
Well, do you want to go look for it, or do you want to call it a night?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough fight. I think anything can wait till the morning. If it was important, they would have.
You're both actually did. That's a good question. I don't know if you guys ended up getting healed. No, you're both messed up. He's got 1 hit point. You've got 13 hit points.
I'm gonna throw some cure wounds.
And maybe tomorrow when you wake up, you'll get your healing spirit.
Yeah, so maybe I'll put that back into my rotation.
Oh, man. Watch. I don't think you were there for the first part of the pixie fight. You missed part of it. I don't remember which part. But there's specifically a part where I'm in there and I'm going to heal people. And I'm like, don't worry, everybody. Let me throw... Oh. It's like, don't even worry about it. I'll just... Oh, he doesn't have that either. Damn it.
Yeah.
Who do you have more hit points than?
Yeah. Then,
that was that. I had more HP than them for once.
Fair enough. Wolfgar.
I'm going to throw a few cure wounds just to make falling asleep easier.
Yes.
Your little pseudo dragon kind of like looks at you, wraps around the neck.
Wolf's got a pseudo dragon too?
I got a pseudo dragon?
Sorry, not you, Wolf. Gronkum.
I was going to say, wow, I missed a lot.
We all get one.
And then it strangles him and kills him and goes back to him. I fixed it, see? No, so Gronkum is got the comfort of his pseudo dragon. So he's going to sleep. You guys heal up, so feel free to cast whatever your healing is that you want to use. Would anyone else like to do anything before we long rest? Nobody?
There's Mike, but he's getting coffee currently.
Mm.
Airbus, who are you
Sure.
healing?
Those are for Gronkum. Since I don't have the map up for that, just throwing them down. So
Combat tracker. Open that. You can drop it on the character in there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, same thing with attacks. You can attack somebody in the combat tracker too.
Mm-hmm. You can also target someone via the combat tracker if you want to just drop it in chat.
Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this? I am so surprised. Hold on.
There you go, Gronkum.
Why didn't I think of this? We'll mark the party.
Whoa, Jesus!
Not that much. We shall
How
mark.
so big?
We shall mark the party by the T-Rex token.
Excellent.
I like it.
We can make it a little bit bigger. Not that big. There we go.
I feel like you're trying to say something, no, Bill?
Just saying. If we've had anyone who looked at our data, I assure you, probably one of the things we polymorph into more than anything else is been a T-Rex.
Trying
love
to
us some
imply that
T-Rexes.
we're hard-headed and short-reach.
Although T-Rexes that are on fire is certainly a new development. I guess that's going to be a thing now. All right, so heals up. If Ferris wants to, we'll let him retcon if he wants to do anything specific. So, as we all go to sleep for the evening, Ari,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and roll a percentile die.
68.
That would be 2, 3. All right. So, as you're going to sleep, you get cold. You don't ever get cold, but you're shivering. As you kind of fall asleep, you wake up and you look around and you just see snow. What do you want to do?
Is she standing or laying down?
You'd be standing.
Alright. Quickly look around to kind of get a bearing of her surroundings. Are there any other prints in the snow?
Ooh. Roll a perception check and a survival check to answer all your questions. There's kind of a bit of a flurry at the moment.
9 and 4.
It's really hard to see. The most you make out with that perception is just kind of like the outline of a mountain as like a dark backdrop behind this flurry of snow. But you don't really make out any great details other than that, and it's just because it's a big mountain. It's kind of hard to miss.
Well, she has discerned one thing. There is, in fact, fresh snow. Hello?
You just kind of hear your voice echo. Strange for the snow.
How cold does she feel as well? Is it like an unbearably cold, or
Roll a history check real quick.
Yikes.
On fire with these rolls.
I'm back.
Without much detail, you've only been this cold one other time, but this is even colder than that, and that's when you were at the northern dwarven city. Similar, but colder.
Okay. Hmm. And all she sees is a mountain.
All you see is the outline of a mountain. You're
You were gonna say?
you kind of just see very vaguely off in the distance, like this, like tiniest bit of light.
Does the light seem to be constant? Is it white or more of an orange, or is it flickering?
Almost a flickering orange. Just because fire is kind of your thing, it's probably a fire source. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have
She'll
to roll for
start,
that. That's like passive fire knowledge for Ari.
She's going to kind of hold a flame to help keep herself a bit warmer as she will start making her way towards said flame.
It helps light a little bit, and it makes you feel a little bit better, but it does not help with this flurry at all. Your fingertips feel a little bit warmer than they should. We'll go with that.
Positive note, she does have resistance to cold.
As you kind of good reminder. So that does help. However, as you get closer, your arm begins to ache.
What kind of ache? Is this like a
It's like a
it's
numbing
getting too
pain.
cold and
Even though it's
almost like
not
a burning?
Yeah, but you feel the flesh. It's not frozen.
Out of curiosity, which arm is it?
One sec. You were 2 seconds behind me. I was already double checking something in my notes. Okay, that's what I thought, but then
Yeah.
there's been a couple of those recently, and I wasn't sure which one was which. I was like, didn't want to mess it up. Okay. It's your right arm.
And I assume in the image she saw of Deft, it was his right arm that was missing?
The one you did before? Roll a history check. With advantage because it was like a day or two ago.
I'm not part of this. I know nothing.
Oh, it was the right arm. Most certainly the right arm.
Okay. She's going to move the flame more towards her arm then and press forward towards the flickering light.
The closer you get to the flickering light, the more the arm hurts. And then you watch as the light kind of goes out, and your arm just racks with pain, and you watch as you look down at your arm, and it just crumbles away in chunks of ice.
Probably moments of panic.
What do you do?
She's probably looking at where her arm was.
All right, roll an investigation check really quick. Most of your arm's pretty messed up. The only part of your arm that you're able to find is your hand. Want to keep it for a snack later?
But hands are good.
You said the light disappeared?
Light disappeared. You just have this hand.
The hand hasn't turned jello, has it?
The hand turned to ice.
But not yellow ice, right?
It's not even. Yeah, it's not yellow ice now. Ha ha. You bring your hand with you?
I don't think she'd be thinking about that. Now she's probably freaking out about the fact that her arms just turned to ice and shattered.
Yeah, probably. Not gonna lie. It's getting cold though. The pain, however, I mean, it feels like your arm is missing, but the arm itself doesn't hurt anymore if it makes you feel any better.
No, that does not make her feel better. I guess she'll attempt to press a bit further towards where the light was. Hello?
Alright. As you walk closer, you make it about 500 feet away. Roll one more perception check at disadvantage. Hey, look, you rolled a total of a natural 20.
Yeah?
Ooh, this sucked for you, though. So as you sit there, you see what appears to be the starting of like a bit of flame in the direction you saw. Like, finally, my bearings. As something grabs you by the throat. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. And I need another beer. But thankfully I have one over him.
Mini fridge? Your rolls. My dude.
I came prepared.
They
You are
have
unable
not
to
been
breathe
favorable thus far.
as you feel your throat. You can barely breathe and it's beginning to get crushed. You look down. It is your own hand.
Something got into it.
Is it floating off by itself, or
This is like seriously like
is it?
Adam's Family thing.
This is
Straight
Evil
up
Dead.
choking the hell out of you. This is an evil thing. All of a sudden, as you struggle, your throat begins to burn with a burning sensation you've never felt in your life. It feels literally like your entire lungs, throat, body are just being incinerated. As you hold down with the hand on you, you explode into flame. Massive radius. You look up and you shoot from your mouth just a column of fire. Few hundred feet, you can't guess. As you're encircled, you watch as your hand just kind of falls to the ground. As you start to kind of burn away, you watch as your phoenix spirit begins to circle you, and you watch as the ash kind of reconstructs the part of your face, jaw, lungs, throat, as you kind of fall down. as you look at your hand laying in the snow, roll one more investigation check for me. No disadvantage because now there's fire.
I'd still need to roll higher than a 10.
You don't get much chance to look at it for long, but you watch as an eye in the center of your palm blinks at you. I need everyone to roll a perception check right now. Yeah, I'll give you all a perception check. You get advantage on this one. Oh, you don't even necessarily need it.
So 17 then.
You've cursed us all.
Okay, everybody but Gronkum and Theris. You smell smoke. Ari, you shoot up in bed and your room is engulfed in flames, a hole through the ceiling of your room. The entire inn is on fire. The halls are filling with smoke. So all of you who rolled basically above a 14 are woken by the smoke. All right, you're woken by the fire. Those of you who are not are still asleep.
So we're
Would
all...
I be asleep? I'm only
She's gonna
trancing.
I would say your mind is elsewhere because I actually... Ooh, nope. I don't have to do that quite yet. Unfortunately, whatever you were focused on at the time, it's not quite enough.
Alright.
What are you guys doing?
Ari is going to start. Ari's going to start attempting to control the flame and stop its spread and kind of condense it in on itself.
At this point, it's kind of beyond a 5-foot manipulation. It's massive. Like the entire top floor of this inn is just ablaze. You hear people like screaming, running through the halls. At this point, I would say, Leah, you're probably awoken. Gronkum is just passed out from the fight. Theris, you're just kind of
a few times.
tired.
Okay, I'm gonna run out of my room.
She'll start extinguishing sections of flame.
Okay. So we'll say you do your best to kind of aid in people maneuvering. You probably can't save the building, but you probably can safely help maneuver some people.
I'm gonna cast Gust at screw it, 5th level. Blow the building. No, that's too much. I'm gonna blow the building down. Maybe 4th level.
I have to look at this. Hold on.
Oh wait, no, it's a cantrip.
It's
Can I
a
use a
cantrip.
cantrip? Since
No,
a cantrip,
no.
I can't
I was going to say, wait a minute.
do
Wait.
that.
Like, this is not the spell I think it is, or we need to have a conversation.
Wait. I gotta have something.
I don't know.
Wait,
Did you ever think of something?
I have a
Remember,
lot of
confirmation.
utility,
Is this
but not for
magical fire?
this.
a wizard has not yet learned that not everything can be solved with a spell, it seems.
Nobel, quick confirmation. Is this magical fire?
Not anymore. It may have been started by magical fire, but it's wood burden. It hasn't rained here in a bit. It's a little bit dry right now. Like everything is ripe for the burning.
Fair enough. Does it seem like the control? Well, is the entire building on fire, or is it spreading from her room?
It started at your room, but it spread quickly. You get the feeling you didn't wake up exactly when it happened. So you just can't compete with it with your cantrip, unfortunately, enough to stop the fire. It's spreading quicker than you can put it out.
Am I still asleep?
Plan B,
Right now.
she's going to go for a third level. Plan B, she's going to go for a 3rd level Dragon's Breath, selecting cold, and start extinguishing it that way.
Okay. I'll allow this. Alright, so we'll have you start doing that for a bit. What is everyone else doing?
I'm probably
Frantically
I'm still
looking through my
asleep.
spell book.
You look around. At this point, you guys would notice that Ferris and Arborist and Gronkum are both not here.
Like how he named 3 people and said both.
Oh, sorry. That's the beer talk. Don't make me use the West East team again, Ferris.
No, we're not even there.
Mm-mm.
After realizing I have nothing, I'll probably go wake some people up.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, at this point, you guys start hearing pounding on your door. Fire! Fire! I'd say probably you, Arborist, at this point. You like walk up to your door as you wake, and your door just freezes over all of a sudden.
Like freezes of ice.
Yeah. It slowly begins to melt, but ice? Alright, now you're all up.
I'm probably gonna try to get out.
You're already out. I think you rolled a nat 20, didn't you? Oh no, you rolled a nat 19. You literally rolled a 26. If nobody knew any better, except for the fact you just beat everybody, you could have started that fire and no one would be the wiser.
I'm gonna try and find people to help put the fire out.
Alright. I'll even let you, I'll say you help with everyone's combined efforts. You do manage to save the inn. It does take a bit of damage, unfortunately. But it is
Several
saved.
rooms have been burned.
Yeah. So,
One
as you take through
particular
this,
probably more badly than the others.
you guys do manage to get a long rest in,
Oh, we're already there.
just barely. So, what do you guys do now that you've basically, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna stand in shock for a little bit, I think.
Was anybody seriously injured
Um,
or
there's a
injured at
couple
all?
people with some minor burns, but that's about it. Thankfully, it seems your guys' combined efforts, other than property damage, did help negate most of the injuries.
And we're 100% sure about this. Who's on a head count and everything.
Well, I mean, all of you guys are there for the most part. You're not 100%.
Did someone
Other
ask?
occupants.
Did someone ask Lassie to be stuck in the well?
You do not see Lassie. Poor Lassie.
So we see the person that we ordered the rooms from.
Yes, you do. You see him kind of sitting there. He's just sitting on the stoop of the. He looks a little bit stressed out, but
Shaking.
you see his wife kind of sitting behind him, rubbing his shoulders, and he's just got his hands,
Can everybody get out?
head resting in his hands. He kind of just looks up. As far as we know, yes.
You checked it against whatever you keep for your records to show who got what room.
He goes, unfortunately, our office was burned as well, but everyone that I have a pretty good memory. Everyone should be accounted for.
Should be is not the same as is.
Well, we also checked all the rooms. There's no one injured, no dead people.
Was there nobody missing?
Well, to our best knowledge, everyone is accounted for.
So how'd the fire start?
We assume arson, but we do not know why. We
Yeah.
don't have anything.
Do you have any stiff competition? Or anyone else that wanted to buy the inn? Or talked about setting up their own inn?
I've always wondered. And he kind of looks out the window, and there's like a confectionery store like down the street, and this little old lady like out front giving away samples. You can go there later, don't worry. Just too nice, I say. Just too nice.
Okay, let me explain Grockum's thought process here really quickly.
What's in those free samples, though, Gronkum?
Doesn't matter.
Go for it.
Grockum's thought process, as soon as he woke up to fire, he's like, dang it, Ari, what did you do this time? So now he's trying to shift the blame to anybody else so we can get out of here without any further problems.
I was gonna say, I think everyone's eyeing Ari.
Yeah. Does Ari look particularly perturbed by this?
Ari,
Is
how
she
are you
looking a
feeling
little
right now?
shifty?
She's probably staring at the smoldering building, kind of lost in thought.
Do you
That
look
could just be
shifty,
chalked
though?
up to shock.
She probably hasn't noticed too much going on around her.
I have to send a message because I'm too much of a dick. Hold on.
And we were, fiery T-Rex last night, so we don't need to get stuck in this town. So let's shift the blame to anyone else and get the heck out of Dodge.
Oh yeah, everyone saw them.
Yeah, saw me fighting the
Although
fire
not her
demon.
forte.
So, yeah, I mean, he's totally suspicious of that little old lady. But other than that, no great leads.
You have insurance at least.
What's that?
If you pay people and if something bad happens, they pay you to fix it.
No, but that sounds like a great investment now.
Maybe you should look into that. Instead of an inn and bar, you could start that. And my group's just gonna head to the next town.
Insurance.
Don't worry about the refund.
What's your name, sir?
George?
My name's Dewey.
Dewey Decimal System.
More like Dewey, fuck him and how, but still. You've created an NPC that you may come to regret someday, Grunkum. Dewey, the insurance
Scam artist, I mean salesman.
guy. Okay. You're worried about the big bad evil guy? You just made an insurance guy. It's in the book now, it's official.
Okay, the reason I thought insurance right away was because my DM from my other game that I recently quit is an insurance salesman.
Well, the best part is there is actually insurance in this world. There's just not anything that like a commoner like him would use. This would be more like something for like shipments or bigger institution type things or people shaking people down for money. So thankfully he doesn't deal with that.
Home and small business insurance.
But yeah, no, there's it doesn't seem like anyone has caught on to the fact of how this fire started. So if you guys just want to get the heck out of Dodge, that is definitely a viable strategy.
So you're telling me modify memory probably isn't necessary here?
Unless you want to get someone to like confess to it for some reason. You could literally
Business, but it's gotten a little bit too hot for us in this town, if you know what I mean.
He just starts crying.
So I returned to the group, and put my hands up, and I heard them out of town.
Okay.
While it's discussing, though, although not her forte, how much would she estimate the damages are on this, or to this building?
From your best guess, Probably. I mean, it's probably gonna be like. It's not the finest, and maybe like 500, 800 gold worth of damage.
She'll wander over to the innkeeper, hand him 100 gold.
100 gold? Okay.
No, it's not much, but yeah, this helps.
You watch as the innkeeper's back and says, "Oh, thank you kindly, dear. It's not your fault, but thank you so much."
You could use it towards a down payment on starting your new business of that safety guarantee money thing.
I might just do that. Thank you, Grunkum.
George. My name is George.
Oh, sorry, George. All right. We heading onward?
Yeah.
Okay, so we begin our day of travel.
Is rushing us out of there.
Oh, yeah. So as you hurry out of town, you head towards your next point of travel in the destination, which is about, like I said, a day's travel, Vassimus. You had also heard previously that before Gronkum, there's many people, that tomorrow was an exceptionally great day to go to that town, as there was a festival that was to be held. The name of the festival was the March of the Fearless, which was a symbolic representation of the defeat and, at least for a while, banishment of the god of fear, Kazakh. So in order to honor this every year, they gather a bunch of townsfolk from the surrounding areas, as well as nobles, people trying to make a name for themselves. They get very loaded, and they push all the unnatural things of the world back into the hills south of Vassimus. There's two kind of prizes to claim, mostly bragging rights, but sometimes monetary value. The first one is the greatest kill of the night, which is a symbolic representation of basically who defeats the greatest monster or threat, or kind of who just accomplishes more. And then for those of a more lighted spirit of heart, they have a competition of spirits. So before the festival, there's a great feast. Everyone feasts and drinks. However, the brave chosen few decide to enter the competition. They each get 5 shots of a very rare liquor, and then they are all given a pint of beer, in which they have to race as far as they can to the base of the mountain in order to claim victory. He who gets there first with the most beer wins. Doesn't have to be your beer. That's about all the rules that you had heard about. There could be other rules, but you don't know. But it sounds kind of right up your alley. So, while you guys travel for the day, what would you like to do?
Ensure that nothing was stolen from my bag.
Sure. Look through your bag, roll an investigation check with advantage.
That's something I didn't even think about.
Your bag is 100% untouched.
So, is Ari's backpack made out of flame-resistant material?
Is it magical?
No.
Roll a percentile dice just on the odd chance that Ari would have finally learned to prepare for something like this. Sorry, it was a 50-50. Nope. Do we need a new backpack?
Uh-huh. So let's see.
There was a bag vendor at the Spire, but that's a bit of ways. Does anyone else have a backpack?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I was gonna say someone just bought a bag of holding who probably has a backpack, but they're not here anymore.
You don't have to bring it up.
Is this really Gronkum and Def's fault for
but
conditioning me in the off games? What's your
So
question?
then comes the question: what are the contents of her backpack?
I shall leave that up to you. I have 100% faith in your discretion.
Doesn't everybody have their
I guess that then was
doesn't everybody have their equipment, the locations filled out?
yeah.
I've come to the point where I've learned in my life I don't need to sweat the small things. And I leave you guys managing your inventories and spell slots completely up to you. Unless I watch you use like 50,000 sorcery points in a game, I might start asking questions. It's like, that's your 5th, 9th level spell this game. You guys are super easy though. I never have to worry about any of you. Yeah, so whatever you feel would have been in your bag, I shall leave.
Oh, I know exactly what was in my bag.
All the spare outfits. Ari doesn't. Now Ari really doesn't have any clothes.
I'm just running through what was in my bag to see what would have likely survived and what probably not.
Fair enough.
In other words, what she probably would have had that is actually flame retardant and what is...
Oh, hold on. Let me think 1 second. I would say, where did you have the gem?
That the
You
gem
keep
in
that on your person?
question was...
Or do you keep that in your bag?
Yes, that was kept on her person.
Alright. Well,
It was on
wherever
her
you
person.
were, that natural fire burn would have been safe within a 5-foot circle of view. So if your bag
Everything within
close,
5 feet of me would have been fine?
yeah, part of the reason your bed didn't light on fire. So if it would have been under your bed, with basically within that proximity, your bag would probably be okay.
Okay.
So if it was like in a dresser or somewhere else, it probably would have been toasted. But if I leave it completely up to you.
The way I envisioned it, probably just right beside the bed.
Okay, so yeah, it probably would have been fine then. So you're lucky this time. Good thing you still have a little bit of Deft and even Satesh left. If only you would have been able to commit that first part of that ritual to memory. That's a fun spell. Someday.
The one that summons a massive elemental torrent or creature.
Uh-huh.
And along those lines, here we are, the day before the election.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do as you begin traveling?
I'm still just trying to meditate and like contact whatever. I've got a vibe that there's another spirit in here I haven't met.
Ooh, quick question. Before you leave town, did you guys want to still proceed on foot, or did you guys want to like look into getting horses or something?
With horses, that you need food and stuff.
The only downside, really, you're not going to find a lot of. You're going to find horses. You'd have to spend some time buying them from people. Most of them would probably be work animals, not necessarily
As
find
ballots
travel horses.
slowly roll in across
Your
the nation.
odds would probably be better, although your price could also be higher since you're away from a main city. Any of the towns along the road could potentially be good sources. Other than that, you're going to get like farm animals that pull plows.
Or we could just kill bad guys that already have horses. That would work too.
That is always an option, especially in the Desert of Dick.
Are we near anything where we could find more scrolls?
To find what?
More scrolls?
Scrolls. As you do ask, the most common answer given at this point, other than Freeport, is the bazaar that is very near to the location where you're looking for the missing package. Essentially, it's a trade metropolis that is just beyond the borders of Freeport. It's kind of been like a no man's land, and so trade is a very interesting thing there, and many things are traded. Other than the only thing that has been recently removed from the markets have been slaves. But even in the right alleys, you might be able to find a few things.
I also forgot we have a new mage here. Do you happen to have Phantom Steed?
Phantom Steed. No, I don't have that one.
Okay. So we can cast it as a ritual. It lasts an hour, but if we bought a wagon, then we could have 2 horses pulling at maximum speed because they don't tire out for 50 minutes before we needed to replace them if one person was casting it.
Ooh.
If both of us cast it at the same time, we'd have a full hour.
If you had creation, you could make the wagon and then make the horses for the wagon.
Do you have fabricate?
You would just need the materials. Fabricate, yeah, thank you. Creation's a whole other spell. I think that's made up
a bit higher level.
Is that an actual one, or is that one of those level 10 ones? I forget.
Now, I don't know for 5th edition. I remember there used to be one.
Hold on.
Look real quick.
I forget.
D&D Beyond.
Creation. No, it is a spell. Creation is a level 5 illusion spell, apparently.
Oh, it is 5th. I thought it was higher.
Yeah, I thought there was like majorly it's probably an older edition then.
Yeah, they said there was like minor creation and creation. I think major creation.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, fabricate. I mean, I don't know if you'd make a whole wagon. You might be able to, but you could probably do it. You just don't have it. So for the moment, we'll say you guys are proceeding as you normally would. No one particularly talks about the fire, it seems, though that may imply some sort of guilt that needs to be applied.
Or is probably keeping at least a little bit of distance from people, just kind of holding yourself lost in thought.
Okay. I mean, you were a little bit off for the last few days anyway. I need Leah and Arborist to roll insight checks really quick. Ooh.
Ooh, nice 20.
Ooh.
As you both are kind of traveling, you notice, and you've both been trying to kind of actively cheer up Ari in the last few days, you notice just something seems not quite right. And I noticed something's not right. I need more beer. Okay. Okay. Anyone doing anything? Nope.
Just putting it out there, we have a very fun globe of memories that we should use more.
No pressure, Wolfgar.
No pressure. You have it.
What do I have again?
A globe of memories.
I have I don't see a globe of memories.
It's
I think
more
it's
of a
still
collective group item.
Yeah, it's still in Dev's
It's
inventory.
kind of like the hot potato of the group. It's just like, who had it last? Oh, you had it last.
Remind me what this thing does?
There's an irony, though, that the individual with the globe of memory forgot about it.
I'll let them explain to you. I'm trying to give less recommendations and give less. I mean, if you want, you could roll a history check and I'll tell you.
Oh, I'll roll a history check.
Although we are close to that site being all ready. I almost have the time. Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Basically, you look into it and you see memories of people who have held it before. So it had a lot of Allie's memories so far.
But
It
And also
actually
we
had- hold on, I'll give you. I have that page. From what you had seen,
oh, it's just a thing where someone saw Allie's childhood.
yes.
we also saw like the
Oh, it's in my OneNote. I'm like,
Uh,
where the fuck is this?
what was it? It was just like gods killing each other
The
or something.
destruction of
Yeah.
the
You
divine gate.
saw the destruction of the Divine Gate, which was essentially a large battle that you didn't really get to see the battle. But essentially, one individual ran up to another saying that the last of the Solars had fallen. And then when they turned their back to go approach and go out the door, the individual who was essentially wearing this, not like a kingly crown, but a crown nonetheless, was betrayed by this individual and stabbed in the back and slain. The crown was taken, and the divine gate was shattered, and that was the end of that vision. That is a wondrous item. Yeah, so far you've seen that person's memories. And I think that's about it, other than Allie's memories.
Basically, it's full of very fun stuff, and I am endlessly curious.
I'll give it to Def.
You see?
Yeah.
Just go.
There's no more deft. Lee doesn't even know what it is, or that you have it.
Was Airbus there when we used it?
Mm.
No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
The last time we used it was on the night of the Dark Elf attack.
Yep.
So yeah, it was.
Oh, but he wasn't actually awake. It was you and Gronk.
Yeah.
He would have seen you use it a little bit, yeah, I guess. Because you used it a little bit before you all went to bed.
Yeah, Grockham does not like that thing. He's not touching it again.
It distracted you.
But it's
Indeed.
full of fun secrets.
So you guys are still trudging along. You want to touch the orb or nah?
I'll touch it.
Alright, so we'll see as you guys break for lunch. First of all, who's leading up the charge today? Grunkum, probably.
Most indubitably.
Roll your standard survival check. Okay,
Oh, I did not mean to roll that twice.
fair enough. So yeah, you go ahead, you make good time going throughout the day. As you guys pull out the orb, and you go to use it. Who wants to be the person using it? You can all see, but someone's got to kind of control it.
Airbus.
All you.
I'll help.
Roll a percentile die.
Yeah, let's touch it. How do I do that?
It's just
Right
kind of.
click the
Oh, how
right
did
click the right click the 10-sided die. There's a percent symbol. Click that.
Ah,
Drag into the chat.
that did not work out that way.
Nope. So right click it. There you go. Okay. Let me see what you get. Huh. 21. Okay. As you watch, you see a young woman with blue hair, probably about 16 or 17, training with an older man with longer, like dark brown hair. He's currently wielding like this flaming sword. She is wielding a glowing blue short sword and a whip that is like silvery in nature. They appear to be training in combat. If anyone would like to roll investigation check to get more details. Arborist would not necessarily know any of these people.
I like the sword though.
Yeah, the swords are sweet. This is a pretty cool fight.
Okay, add guidance to that.
No, because you're kind of using the orb. It wouldn't have been like a naturally occurring thing. Gronkum,
On this.
as much as you'd like to not look at it, you can't help but notice because you recognize the specific age of Allie. This is the Allie that you were competing in the Delve with, training with Soren. So it appears to be a portion of time where she spent with Soren training in other arts. Partway through, you see her fighting with him. You watch as another Allie kind of like attacks him from behind. And he kind of like bars with both for a while and then until the other one disappears. And then the vision fades. The first time you guys have seen Allie in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Want to do another one, or you want to continue on?
It's up to them.
Goes and touches it again. I knew I liked it.
What's on this thing? I don't like this channel.
Cool. All right. Arborist. You see a battle. Who all is watching this right now, by the way?
Gronkum is side-eyeing
I
it.
think our
You're
person-
kind of eating lunch also, so like you can do this while you eat lunch if you want.
You watching?
Whoever is watching, roll an investigation check. Because some people wouldn't necessarily know. Alright, as you watch, it appears to be a high elf doing combat with some sort of monstrosity. Drunken, you don't really notice. Wolfgart, you don't actually notice. Arborist wouldn't notice either. But yeah, you recognize the creature as a minotaur. It appears to be fighting what looks like a high elf. Behind the minotaur is a little tiny girl with blue hair.
Ooh, interesting. I don't know these people, but I, the player, know these people. So interesting.
And you watch as they fight. Very one-sided on the high elf's favor. Kind of quickly dispatched, and you just see the minotaur fall to the ground. As they bind the minotaur, you watch as the little girl like runs and like lays on top of him, just like screaming, and you watch as a half-orc woman pulls
do
her
that,
away.
and that he's going to break every norm and he's going to break every tradition.
And then the movie fades.
Oh, I know when that is.
Me too.
About this time, Everyone roll a perception check.
Huh?
As you guys are focusing on the orb, you just hear like a strange. It sounds like a band, like walking down the road. You immediately turn to look. Leah, Arbus, and Wolfgart. You see what appears to be a one-man band, like marching in the same direction as you. You see like the drum on the back and the cymbals and the horns.
Interesting.
Continues heading on past you guys.
Well, looks like we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it's like a party over here.
You hear off in the distance. You said it, brother! And he just keeps playing his one-man band as he walks down the road. He's literally like Mary Poppins Dick Van Dyking it down the road.
Then I put 5 bolts into him.
You might be really careful. He could be a bard. He might end up sleeping with you if you don't play your cards right.
Can I mold earth right in front of him to make a 5-foot hole as he's going along?
Sure. Hold on one sec.
Make the tiny little bard fall in a pit.
He rolled a 4. Ah! A little help!
Gonkum pulls him out of the hole.
It literally sounds like someone knocked over an instrument rack.
I was gonna fill the hole back up.
No.
As he kind of, Grogum helps him out of the hole. You watch as he kind of like dusts himself off. He like adjusts his little tube of horn around him.
No,
Like-
I didn't say Gonkum helped him out of the hole.
Oh, no.
I said Gonkum pulled him out of the hole.
Okay, so you pull him out of the hole. How?
Grab the back of his shirt or
Okay, you grab him by
whatever
like.
is attached to him. Yeah, and pull him straight up and look him in the eye.
Alright, he's like a shorter humanoid. Not like a halfling. He's just a short human.
I'm gonna
Thank you, sir.
peer around Gronko and be like, buddy, you gotta watch out where you're going. If it wasn't for us, you might not have been able to get out of that hole.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Roll a persuasion check, Arbus.
You guys are so mean.
Actually, roll a deception check, not a persuasion check. Good thing I let you reroll that, huh?
It's meant to be.
Yeah. Kind of looks at you, and then he looks at Gronkum. It's like, huh. Must have been a big mole. Really big mole.
Yep.
He's
Those
like,
are
so...
common around here. I would know that.
He kind of like slowly slides out of Gronkum's grip and just like gently pats the hand. Like, so, I'm just gonna... And he points like in the direction of Fastness. Like, I'm gonna go that way now.
So, buddy, so where
Which way
are
is
you
he
coming
pointing?
from?
Oh, me? He's like, why, I'm from the village of Melanthus. Like, to the north. I'm heading for the festival. Big tips to be made tonight, gentlemen. Your typical band can only play stationary. Your one-man band, now that's where the money is. He reaches out and shakes your hand, Arbus. Ballin's my name.
Bones?
Ballin. Ballin. Ballin, the one-man band. At your service.
That's pretty cool. What kind of music do you focus on?
He just looks at you. Why, the only music there is, of course. Polka.
Oh,
Just
you're
like
my kind of
dead stare at you. Like, curious you would even ask.
And
So, does Polka ever die?
Malcolm grins evilly after he says that.
And he just like, what? He's like, so you guys heading to the competition?
It depends. What does the winner get?
Fame and glory, and
Kind of
sometimes gold.
Well, more importantly,
Gold.
what kind of competition is this?
He explains to you basically the general details that you already know. He's like, and you get to partake in the feast.
Right.
Nothing like a free meal. Hmm?
A feast, you say?
Oh, yes. And those of the brave get the finest of meals ever.
Who typically wins?
Roll a persuasion check, Gronkin.
And how do they win? Well, that's not good.
Okay. He kind of recounts the last year's competition. And he says, well, it's funny that you mention it. For the first time ever, last year, one person won both competitions. Unheard of, I tell you.
What was
I
this
think he
person's?
cheated.
What was this person's name?
Bowie, the Giant Slayer.
He killed a giant.
Apparently he kills many giants for a living. Apparently it's good money. But he won the competition. He found a hill giant in the mountains and slew it. And then he also arrived with a full pint of beer after slaying the hill giant. Unheard of, I tell you. So basically his beer was completely full and he killed a hill giant while holding the beer. Or so it says. Whether or not there's any truth to it, you don't know.
Leah did say something about modified memory last night at the
She did mention
last
something
town.
about it.
I did.
I don't. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay. Stay there. I'll be right back. Crockham stomps over to Leah, bends down and whispers, if I ask this guy a question, he gives me the answer. Can you make him forget that he was ever asked and answered this question?
He looks like a individual of relatively simple mind. I'm sure I can pull that up.
Okay. So Gronkham stomps back over to the one-man band. But
Ballin, the one-man band to you, thank you very much.
has anyone ever carried their pint in a different way other than the glass they're given and won?
I have a theory. I think that he not only made sure that the hill giant was there, but he somehow planted beer near wherever he was so that they would have a full one. Apparently, roll one more persuasion check.
And I roll an intimidation instead.
That's also fine.
Sweet. I got a +9 on that one.
I also do allow the optional strength intimidation. Which I think we use that for you already, don't we?
No, my intimidation is through charisma. I can switch it to strength and make it a +11 instead of a +9.
That is up to you. I do allow that in my game.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. A +15.
I'll leave this to you also.
+15.
He's got that damn girdle.
Yeah, my strength is 25.
Muscles are huge.
You need to like get that belt on or the girdle on me, because I've got like an 8 strength, I think. No, I'm sorry, I'm up to a 10.
Okay, so yeah, and it's up to you if you want to intimidate. Yeah, strength is more than fine, unless you want to strength. Like if you want to physically intimidate someone, which pretty much for the most part that's probably your favorite type. That's more of the strength. If you want to do it in a kind of a different, more classy way, I would also allow charisma. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But yeah,
Like picking up a rock and
Eating it.
squeezing it
Eating
till
it.
it crumbles into dust while asking, staring menacingly.
he's like, what was your question again?
Has anyone ever carried their pint in a way other than the glass
Oh yeah.
that
So
was given and
he had
won?
already alluded to the fact that basically he thinks that he is cheating and had placed the hill giant there, and that he had placed beer nearby. He kind of looks at you. He's like, I would be very careful. I hear he's a very persuasive individual, if you know what I mean. And he kind of gives you an overly overt wink.
I do not know what you mean.
Something unnatural about it. And watch out for that hammer of his, too. Faster than
Like
most people
Warhammer?
I've met. No, not a warhammer. A magic hammer. A flying hammer.
Oh God.
Flying magic hammer?
Well, it's hard to say. But
Let
Trump's
me
higher
guess.
than any man I've ever seen.
And he shoots lightning out of his butt too, doesn't he?
No, I don't believe so. But I've seen him turn into a man. Bigger than even you, I say.
So is it against the rules for someone to say, put all of their beer into a different container, carry the glass with them, and then put the beer back into the container, into the glass?
Ah, the judges question that, my friend. As long as you make it to the end first and provide a full glass of beer, very few questions are asked. But I warn you, the mountains have been very mischievous this past year.
Like waves his arm as if that's not a concern at all.
All right. So you've led the bard, one-man band, for information. Are we wiping his memory?
Grogan, did you want me to?
Work.
Do you still want me
It's only a 5-minute window of time, so
It's
this
a
is
10-minute window.
Oh, is it 10? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that basically will cover everything he's covered for you, unless you have like a 1-minute question.
No, that's it. He's. If he does become a problem, we'll just kill him later.
Fair enough.
So I shouldn't. Okay.
Portal.
After Grunkum says that in an offhanded manner over his shoulder to Leah, he turns and glares back down at the bard, making sure he gets his meaning.
So you do want me to, or you're getting mixed signals here? Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down?
It's never good getting mixed singles.
At this time, you turn and he is gone.
Grunkum falls to the ground laughing hysterically.
You don't even see him. He's just gone.
Well, that was an interesting fellow.
5 minutes after Quankum is still laughing hysterically, wiping tears from his eyes for laughing so hard.
Yeah, no. You got to remember, there's no half-orcs in this world, so that was like a very terrifying experience for the one-man band out on the road. But it's okay. I hear they have flaming T-Rexes, so you're not the worst thing out there. All right.
Here's the question: why are there no half-orcs in this world?
Because apparently the orcs of this world don't like humans. Maybe they're just not into them. Hard to say. You haven't really learned a lot about the history of this world quite yet. Good question for later, though.
So I imagine if it was just as simply as the orcs don't like humans, there would have to be exceptions.
Maybe there is, and you just don't know about it. But regardless, not common, at least from the experiences you've seen. Gronkum gets a lot of curious looks. He doesn't look at all like an orc from this world, but he has enough of the features to like draw some curious stares. So, Gronkum, survival check as we proceed forward. This will probably take us into about the 7:30. Perfect. 7:15, Gronkum. 7:15. As you guys approach the small merchant town of Vassimus, you see it's not a very well protected town. There is a decent population, but it's just a very flat, no great large buildings other than maybe an occasional church or a smaller private manor. But other than that, very plain, simple. Kind of everything is centralized around a square, and you see a large number of people just feasting and celebrating and drinking in the middle of this square. As you approach, you just watch as like these two dwarven gentlemen and a half elf just like shove pints of beer in your face and join, compatriots. We prepare. Does anyone not take a drink?
Quantum does not take a drink.
It's not.
Okay. So basically, you just see the square and you just see food laying about. It looks like a lot of expense has been paid by someone. No one is asking for payment. It's just a celebration and like the rile up before the great drunken run, more or less. So you're free to travel about, drink, eat. You can do whatever else you want in the town. If you want to see if there's any stores open, I leave that up to you guys.
Any herbalists?
Roll perception check unless you want to ask someone. You don't see any.
I'm gonna ask someone then.
Alright. You looks about. You do see Ball and the one-man band over there playing in the corner.
Sure. I'll go ask him, I guess.
He's like, oh no. What can I do for you, sir?
Do you know of any herbalists in this town?
He kind of looks at you for a second. What kind of herbs?
The ones you probably shouldn't eat.
Or smoke.
Oh.
See, I don't know if that would be that worth it. You could probably smoke them.
He's like, and he points you kind of like to like this little corner. It's like a florist botanist, alchemist type shop. It's a little bit lighter on the alchemy side, but they do have some stuff. What are you looking for?
Stuff to make poisons.
Yeah, you're probably out of luck here. Your best bet's just based on available knowledge with general arborists would probably be a good person to ask about it. Generally, you would know bigger populaces like Freeport would probably been a great place. Other than that, the place that you've heard of, the Bazaar, sounds like the best place to probably get poison.
I just remembered I had a poisonous kit.
Also, just to mention to you, there is a great new Poisoner feat that is available in UA if you want to take a look at it as you level up. But yeah, it doesn't seem like your poisons, like if you wanted to get some healing herbs or some like other type stuff, potentially. With the festival, you could probably get some other stuff too. But yeah, as far as poisons, a little bit more specialized than what they have here.
Anything to make someone hallucinate.
Wolfguard,
Like trip really, really badly.
I could perhaps spare a couple of these fine pixie sticks, if you know what I mean. I'm not entirely sure what they do, but
would anyone like to?
One,
I'll say
and
you
it started
have,
foaming at the mouth.
you have a 12-pack of pixie sticks. So yeah, this is quite literally like the party of the year at the moment.
Do you take a pixie stick?
Sure, I'll take a pixie stick.
All right. So you guys are free to spend your time as much as you would like. Does anyone else want to look for any type of stores, or shall we continue further into the night a little bit?
Yeah,
I am
if there's any kind of any
Scrolls.
scrolls. Yeah, anything for rituals.
He looks about. There's nothing major here. As you kind of look about, the place you get mentioned most, other than Freeport, you hear of a city named Brunadin that is to the west. There is Port Magrum, which is northeastern from where your current location. And then a very high magic location, which is a very large city, however, not necessarily the friendliest of cities, is the city of Majdul. M-A-J space D-U-O. It is kind of the opposite of the Freeport faction. It is in the very southern reaches of the deserts of Bro. But there's tales of great magic there. Other than that, there's obviously other places in the world. Leah, to your knowledge, the best places to find magical knowledge, one of which is currently disappeared from the face of the world, speaking of magic, is the continent of Otis, where the floating city of Eridan is found. The entire continent has completely vanished as of the current moment, leaving the next greatest place of knowledge that you would know is the high elf city of Felowith, which is in Fedora. Other than that, it's kind of a halfway tie between Kunos on the western continent and Freeport, or they're all on the central continent. It's the western part of the central, or Freeport on the eastern part. Some of the homes of the other races do have more specialized magics, but as far as more available common magics, those would be the places to go.
If they don't have such, are there enough things to put together the inks or materials to make inks so I can copy stuff from our new mage?
I would say within town, they don't have a lot. There's probably a total of 300 gold worth of that materials from a singular store.
Luckily, I don't have much for you in rituals.
I thought you had the tiny hut, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got tiny hut. I think that's it.
Okay, so I'll say you guys sit, you have some good meals, and you spend the time kind of help transcribing that and going over that with Theris. So you guys work on that for the evening. What are the rest of you doing during this party?
Ari will find kind of a nice spot, or a nice and quiet spot to kind of sit, observe, and think about things.
Okay. How about that?
Glaucom takes up a spot not far from Ari to keep a watch.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything specific? All right, then. Ari,
Mm-hmm.
as you're sitting there, you watch as a human gentleman with kind of like mid-longer length brown hair kind of like walks past you in a ponytail. Like, why, hello there, young lady. What's got you down?
It's nothing you need to concern yourself with.
Why? There's no reason such a beautiful young lady like yourself should be upset on a night tonight. You know what? I have just
Glaucom steps out of the shadows. Right up behind
Cast
him and
confusion
picks him up
on
by
him.
the neck.
It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh.
Leave her alone. Leave now.
I just was gonna do a simple trick.
No. Leave.
My friend.
I am not your friend. Leave.
And he kind of looks at you. Hold on one second. And he looks at you, Gronk, for a second. My friend, I did not realize that she was your woman. My greatest apologies. And he kind of like bows in your presence. You're like, I simply saw that she looked very depressed and I was trying to cheer her up. I do apologize most profusely. He's like, I've been working on, I haven't really thought of a name for it yet. Do you mind if I show you? And he kind of steps back a little bit. He's like, no funny business, I promise. And do you allow him, Gronkum?
Is there anyone else around from our group that I can see within hollering distance?
You see everybody, unless anyone's. You see Leah and Theris are kind of eating and working at a table. I don't know. Arbus, what are you doing?
I would have been just kind of following around Gronkum.
Okay. Wolfgart, what are you doing?
Okay. Airbus has my back, then yeah, I'll allow.
Okay. He's like, been working on this concept. I call it a flippity flop, but work with me. And he's going to go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
I don't work for free.
He does a backflip. Ta-da! Down into a 3-point landing on one knee, and then
Gronkum looks forward.
he looks over to Ari for any reaction.
Looks further deep in thought.
And he looks over at you,
And
Gronkum.
probably a bit sadder.
Tough crowd. I'm just gonna go. It's like, young lady, if you'd like a dance later, I'd be more than happy to accommodate.
Growls loudly.
Oh, what do you say?
Gronkum growls loudly.
I'm like, love you too, big guy! And then he runs off. Alright. So, as the night continues onward, you hear someone smacking on a metal pan. Bong, 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 bong. Now calling the running of the champions. Who among you consider themselves brave enough?
Gronkum steps forward.
Anyone else?
Leah, a little tipsy, steps forward.
Yeah. You watch. The person who was talking to Ari steps forward. Anyone else?
What was this for?
This is the challenge. So this is the drunken run competition. So everyone, the prize of the night, you can kill like the biggest thing, or like be the scariest person, have the greatest act, or you arrive at the end with the biggest pint of the most beer in your pint.
Oh yeah, I'll join up on that.
All right.
Or
Anyone
all of the
else?
above.
As I step forward, I cast Thou on me, Gronkum, and Leah.
It is only good for out of combat, so keep that in mind. And it is concentration.
What did you cast?
Spirit of the Wolf.
Or the wolf.
It doubles your movement speed out of combat for travel purposes.
So we're gonna be in combat? I thought we were just running.
You're scaring off all the baddies. There is combat involved. Sometimes they fight, sometimes they flee. Depends on if you're faster, there's probably less people near you to scare things off.
Fair enough.
So, we have Arbris, Leah, and Gronkum. What about you, Wolfgart? Ferris? Come on, Ari. No?
No, theirs is becoming too preoccupied with focusing inwards.
Okay. So you work on that. What about Wolfgard, Ari?
Is AFK.
Ari's probably still sitting in her
Oh,
quiet
okay.
spot, probably more down than she was before.
All right. So we'll wait on Wolfgard to see if he wants to do it or not. You watch and in great tradition, we shall let our year's prior champion say a few words. Come on, lad, stand up. And the gentleman who was flirting with Ari takes the stage. Sir Bowie the Giant Slayer, everyone! And you hear everyone. Thank you, thank you. I just want to remind everyone to stay safe, have fun, drink a lot. And this year, I dedicate my future win, and he points out in the middle of the crowd. Everyone turns and looks. Ari.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
When he does that, can I
To the young maiden!
Can I cast confusion on him?
You could certainly attempt to do so. Would you like to attempt to do so?
Yes.
How close are you to the stage? And what's the distance of confusion?
It's a 90 feet range.
90 feet. Okay, you're within range. Let me just check his runes real quick.
These runes.
He's a rune knight. He's got all sorts of shenanigans. This is one of my favorite fighter archetypes they've released recently. You're attempting to... What's the save on that?
The wisdom save.
Let's see. So... He doesn't have that. He doesn't have... That doesn't matter. Go ahead. What's your DC?
17.
So you do cast the spell. It's not like a hidden spell that you cast.
Correct.
What's the component constitution really quick? I forget.
Verbal, somatic.
He rolls in that one, but people will see you do this.
Fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
You see him
Annoying.
look
It's a 1 minute spell.
Oh, and you watch him swell to 12 feet tall, bursting with muscles.
Yikes.
Wow.
Welcome.
And you watch him jump. He takes his hammer, he swings it, and he jumps 60 feet towards the forest. And they're like, wait, you have to drink. And then all of a sudden, like a minute later, after he finally figures out, you see him jump back 60 feet. Smash! All right. So,
Wolfguard, are you participating in the challenge, or will you be staying behind with Theris and Ari, who both need their backwatch because everybody else is left?
Yeah, I'll stay back and watch
Okay.
the back.
so I'm spreadsheeting this really quick because this
Stealthily.
All right. So we have. You're competing, or no?
No, I'm staying back to watch their back.
Okay. So we have Airbus. We have Gronkum. We have Leah. We have Bowie. Are we missing anyone? Other than the other drunk people? Only 4 of you? I feel like I'm missing someone.
So,
Yeah, because Theris, Ari, and Wolfguard are staying behind. Theris is
Okay.
lost in thought. Ari's depressed, and Wolfguard's watching them.
So as you line up with about maybe 30 people in total, it's actually pretty impressive. You see a couple of fancier knights and other people. Like, it's a good crowd. They
Okay,
line
who
up
looks the easiest to take out?
the easiest to take out.
Yeah.
Whose
Whose lunch beer can I take easiest?
Probably a couple of the rich knights in plate. While plate may be good in the battle, it's horrible in this competition. They look like they're purely here with money in their pocket, with no idea of actually what to do. Anyone in plate who looks like a noble who has a retainer, good person to go after.
What about their retainers?
I
Do
mean,
their retainers look tough?
the retainers are tougher than them in some regards. They're not. None of them are wearing plate, but other than that, none of them stand out. Apparently, I mean, they're just doing their job. They line up 5 shots in front of everybody. Airbus, Gronkum, Leah, and Bowie. Constitution saving throw. Depth would actually be natural 20 for Bowie.
that is a 2.
All right, Wolfguard got a 26. Oh wait, you don't need one. Are you competing, Wolf? Oh no, you're stealthing. Sorry.
No, I'm stealthing and watching their back.
All right, so he gets this
I'm gonna roll one just to see what I would have gotten.
20, 29. Airbus.
I think I might have the lowest constitution out of everybody.
You should totally just join. It's so much fun. Leah, 6. All right, Leah.
I am drunk.
You knock this back. You feel it in your stomach. The rest of you, not a issue. Second shot. Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
She may be rather tall for an elf, but she still has an elven physique.
Got a
Bowie
19 constitution.
rolls a 20, not a natural 20, just a plain 20. Arborist and Bowie look fine. Gronkum's looking fine, but that last one had a bit of kick to it. Leah,
Looks plastered?
you got the spit in the bag.
Can I cast ego? I want to no. Before that, I want to cast ego whip on the guy,
Hold on. Which guy?
the one who was flirting with Ari.
oh,
Okay, what are the components to it?
Just verbal, so I can just kind of mumble it into my cup.
As you mumble it, you just watch his mouth moving. He's going to redirect it at Arborist.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, no, he still has to roll.
For his chick.
Intelligence saving throw, DC 17. Airbus.
Intelligence save.
Oh!
oh.
Yes!
You feel strange.
Okay,
You just kind of smiles. Okay, fair enough, though. Fair enough.
That went bad. Okay.
I couldn't read what the spell does. What does it do?
Suffer disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Oh.
Fair
And
enough.
it can't cast spells.
Leah, he looks back at you. You are hexed. but you do have no idea.
I'll just giggle at him.
So you currently have disadvantage on Constitution checks, not saves. All right, so third shots, Constitution saves.
Oh, there we go.
Nat 20.
Energetic.
You kind of won a little bit back there. Nat 20. What was your total on your Nat 20?
24.
24. Thank you. All right, you got a 24. Gronkum an 11. Gronkum, you're slowing down a bit. Airbus is just chugging along. Bowie. Natural 20 again. That's his third or second nat 20.
Wow.
Jeez. All right. Gronkum, I need you, my friend, to roll a wisdom saving throw, please. You start to just like get dumbfounded for a second, then you shake out of it. All right.
Gronkum glares at Bowie.
I didn't say anything. Fourth shot, Constitution. This is going to be a fun competition.
Oh no.
21. Arborist is doing pretty good. You're 11. Oh, Gronkum is not doing. You and Lee are like on par at the moment. Bowie is slightly better than Airbus, but not by much. Con save 16. Now they're a little bit more even. Leah and Gronkum. It's like kind of your head gets fuzzy for a second. One more shot to go. You sure you want to stick with it?
Huh?
Con saves. Last one. Bowie rolled a nat 1.
Nice.
Alright, Gronkum got a 15. Holding on. Lee got an 18. Holding on. Doing better. Harper's fucking little machine. And the nat 1. He kind of watched it, shakes him out for a second. Still not bad for that one, but still in that one. All right. As you guys drink, we're going to take a quick break for about 5 minutes. I'll be right back, and then we'll go into the forest to smack around some fucking shit.
Okay.
Gronkum pulls out some rations and
Alright.
starts to munch.
Thank you. No, there's tons of food, too, if you want to eat the food. If you don't want to do it, you can do your rations. Doesn't matter. Be right back.
Welcome back, Darius.
I come back and it's like, hey, we're taking a break. It's like, damn it.
I have all my race spells prepared, so this should be interesting.
Shall be interesting indeed.
It's not too late to join if you want in.
No, Ari is not exactly in the mental state to be jumping into a competition.
Fair enough.
the wound is still fresh for her.
Yeah, when that guy did a backflip, I felt your pain.
Yep. I don't know if my mic picked it up, but she did say Death loved to do backflips
Yeah.
quietly.
I didn't hear that.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
Okay. So you guys take your shots. Do we have anyone AFK?
I don't.
Don't
think so.
think so.
So you guys take your shots.
Also, carry on.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. So did he end up doing his devoting thing, or?
Yeah, he did his devotion, dude.
Okay. So she would have looked at him and smiled a bit when he did that.
And when he smiled at him, he got distracted and rolled a nat 1 on his last roll. But it helps even him out because he got 2 nat 20s. So, oddly enough, he's a little bit more together with it than Airbus, than Gronkum, and Leah. It's like, fireball? A shot or ball? Okay. So, he watches about 300 people line up about 100 feet away from the forest line. Is anyone not traveling with the group on this one?
No, I'm still back at wherever the start was.
All right. So,
Ari will somewhat follow along, though.
okay, so if you're staying in town, let me know. If not, just let me know if you're not staying with the group.
Theris will stay in town.
Okay, so Theris is there. We'll get you there. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll follow the group, I guess.
All right. So you watch as they all seem very drunkenly eager to run forward. As it begins, you watch the mad rush of people begin to run out into the forest. Just screaming, holding their weapons up in the air. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna cast.
Observing from a distance.
I'm gonna cast slow on a bunch of people.
Okay, so it's 300 people.
Huh.
I thought
It's
you
a
said
level
30.
3 spell. If you increase it by level, that's one person per. How much do you want to commit to this?
I thought you said there was 30.
You said there was
Third
30.
300
Oh.
level.
300?
300
Okay,
people.
I won't
There
cast slow
are
with
30
these.
people versus you, but there are 300 people running.
Can I cast plant growth?
What's the radius?
Range is 150 feet, but the radius is 100 feet.
Yeah.
Makes everything, everyone's movement down from spend 4 feet of movement down to 1 foot of movement.
Is it selection or everybody?
It's everyone in that area.
It affects the ground,
So
so
they're
anyone
all
moving through it.
pretty close to you. You could probably hit a chunk of people. Where are you, like, staying to one side of the group?
Yeah.
Non-magical means, though. Okay. So you managed to, like, and everyone's just kind of like looking around. There's like all sorts of weird shenanigans. Like you hear a firework go off and just people are running about. You just watch Bowie just like leaps, bounds above, and just like this incredible hulking his way into the forest.
Grunkum is staying near one of the drunker-looking noble knights.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Whoever looks the
Perception.
least experienced and has the drunkest.
I love it when you pose these kind of questions because I know they're right. Ooh, I wonder if it's the same. Yeah, challenge 1/8. That's the perfect NPC.
Okay.
All right, where's our noble? What should we call him?
Oh, damn.
Ignore me, I'm coding stuff.
Alexander. Do you need the last name as well, or?
Hold on. Okay. We'll just call him Lord Alexander. Why not? Go for it. Okay. Boom. Lord Alexander. Ding. He's a thing now. You watch as he runs off with his sword and his retainer. Boom. Let me get a retainer. Oh, hold on. Humanoid.
His retainer's name is Charles.
I think we need a Lord Farquaad in here somewhere.
Lord Farquaad.
We
Oh
also
god, no.
definitely need a Lord Scott.
No. It's Lord Farquaad. How do you spell Farquaad? You're responsible now, Daft. Hold on.
This one. That, I think.
Boom. Done. Okay. Lord
He's
Farquaad.
accompanied by Squire Scott.
Oh, is there a Squire token? I think there is. Yes, there is. Okay.
Never make me say it.
Who do you want for the Squire, people?
Oh, Squire Scott.
This is your story as much as mine. Don't make me pick. I just work here.
What? No, I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
It's me? Wait, what did you say?
Okay.
Art? I can hear you.
I said Squire Scott.
Squire Scott. Yep. That's what we're doing. Sorry, Deb.
Can't make me say it.
Yes, I can. Watch me.
You can
He
certainly
had
try.
valuable information.
Oh. Touche, Acolyte. Touche.
He holds with him a powerful scroll and will only
How would
be
we
identified by
describe
name.
I have way too many tokens. I wish you could like group this shit in folders. It would be much easier. Like custom folders. Squire
Also,
Scott.
if there's a bunch of duos, there has to be a noble by the name of Sherlock with the retainer of Watson.
There could be. We just have to wait and see. This just feels good. Perfect. Squire Scott. All right. So you watch Grunkum as Lord Farquaad and Squire Scott proceed forward. Lord Farquaad has his shield on his back, not even wielding it at the moment, and just marching forward in his full plate armor.
As soon as we get into the forest and there are less people around, things will happen to Lord Farquaad and Squire Scott.
Oh, what kind of thing? And how many people are with Grunkum?
I'm always following Grumple around.
Yeah, I'm trailing.
We'll say you're all together then. Okay. Ari and Dart can be a little bit behind.
Well, when there are no other participants within visual range, Grunkum will attempt to knock the Squire out completely.
Okay.
Like with a swift punch to the back of the head.
Gotcha. All right, so you kind of wait.
So was the crowd following them along the entire route of the race?
At this point, not a lot of people have split off. There's a decent amount of people everywhere at the moment. Hold on one second.
She would have been back towards more of the starting line point.
All right, let's see. And those.
Oh, I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat so I can go faster.
It doesn't stack with Spirit of the Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it lasts a minute.
Expeditious Retreat is 10 minutes concentration.
It just allows you to use bonus action, correct?
Yeah, I didn't read Spirit of the Wolf, so that's
No,
probably
it would actually stack. So you just get an extra action. You basically get it as a bonus action on the thing. So you could technically do it. Downside is to get Spirit of the Wolf, you have to stay within basically 30 feet of Arborist. So if you go beyond 30 feet, then you lose his double speed, and then you just have yours.
Okay, I forgot about Airbus's thing, so I'll hold on that.
It's all good. All right. So, as you guys proceed forward, you guys hear a scream ahead of you.
What does the Lord and his squire do?
What does the scream sound like?
Like a small girl. Why is it not letting me rotate you? Strange. Astral girl? No. Weird. Oh, you have to hold shift now? Sweet.
Uh-oh. I like his picture.
I thought you might like Scott's picture. Notice that Lord Farquaad is standing behind Squire Scott. Alright, so Gronkum. Let me get you guys back a little bit. You'd probably be here. Leah. Gronkum, you're a pretty bit tipsy. Leah, you're a decent bit tipsy at the moment. Ari, you said you're not close by?
Yeah, she would have been like she would have followed the group towards the starting line, and she'd probably be waiting relatively close. If they were already on the starting line, then she'd still be in her.
They're probably
quiet spot.
about 500 to 1,000 feet away from the starting line at the moment. So I don't know how close you would stay to them.
So she wouldn't be following along for the race. She'd be waiting back at where the
Okay.
race is intended to finish.
Fair enough. All right, so the three of you approach and see that they found a few more gnolls than they intended, with no backup other than you guys at the moment, as they are on the flank. You guys doing what are you doing? If so, roll initiative. If not, watch the show.
I'll just look to the others for what they're gonna do. It's not my place to make decisions around here.
You look over to the two Gronkums, waiting for one of them to make a decision. Damn you, Gronkum. I see that dice coming.
Fighting it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Airbus.
Yum.
Arborist.
Cool. I'm
Is that the
gonna.
squire?
No, that's Lord Farquaad.
Oh,
Figure forget. Do we
Squire's like
want
trembling with his little sword.
Do I want these two guys to live or not?
Live, yes. Be able to continue? No.
All right, I'm gonna cast with my staff, Wall of Thorns.
All right, make your marks.
Let's see.
I shall be right back.
Oh,
Is Wolfgart with us? Or is he with Ari?
how close are you, Wolfgart?
I'm not too far behind the group.
Like how far? You want me to put you on the map?
Mm,
So they're at the bottom. I'll put you right behind them.
yeah,
I
put
don't
me behind him. I'm
then-
good. It don't matter.
Okay. You'd be close enough anyways. Your range is pretty ridiculous. Arborist.
What?
I know what you're planning to do.
What?
Murder!
You don't know anything.
You're gonna fireball them.
No, isn't that Wall of
What?
Thorns?
Oh, Walter.
Yeah, it's like, not yet.
Although, just
Either
say,
that, or I was gonna do it right there.
what would Satesh do?
Who's Satesh?
Good answer.
Fireball. So many fireballs.
Fireball. No, Thorns right there.
All right. Do they take? It's a circle. Do they take damage inside of it too, or is it just rough terrain? I forget. It's been a while. I haven't used this in like a year. Last time I used this was on the Hag Island. Actually, I guess no. I think I might have used it on you once, or you used it.
You know, it doesn't say.
So what does it do?
So 78 piercing damage on a fail. Dexterity fail.
All right, go ahead, target them all.
Yeah, within the area.
If they're in the area, they got to make it.
How can you target multiples at once?
Control click,
Control click, H1.
and then you drop the save in chat after you control click all of them. There you go.
You missed one.
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A little bit further north, yeah.
Drop it. Damn.
So one failed, two failed.
2 fail.
So
The
just
null
drop it in
hunters.
chat, it'll automatically know.
Now I just throw my damage, it'll hit them all.
It knows what to do.
It knows what to
Unless you fuck it up, and then we'll just make fun of you. You just watch as all of these just get crushed by vines as they. Only one of them remains at the moment. Impressive for
do.
6 charges.
So you know, it ends my turn.
Damn. Impressive. It's a big wall, like he can't easily go through it, right? Like he would.
No one can see it, and if they walk through it, if they try to leave it, they.
Wall of Thorns? You can see Wall of Thorns.
What was that?
Wall of Thorns? You can't see?
I believe it is.
It's like a big wall.
Maybe you cast invisibility on the wall.
Hey, now that's my kind of shenanigans. Ari, out of curiosity, what are you doing at this moment?
Um, Probably, and a bit more towards or probably behind everyone, or like anyone who stayed behind, but looking towards where everyone ran off to.
All right, Thirst, what are you doing? Meditating?
Yep, I'm nowhere nearby, so I'm just meditating and
Okay. We'll get to that in just a second. Airbus. Okay, that brings us to Lord Farquaad. Did you figure it out if it was a big wall? What's the spell say? I guess I can just pull it up too. Words to Joe.
It doesn't say if it restricts vision at all. It's just movement speed.
I can tell you. That's a big fucking spell. Tough, pliable, tangled brush, bristling with needle-sharp thorns, wall appears range, solid surface duration, take the wall, 6 feet long, 10 feet high. Yeah, it's a 10-foot high wall. So he is not gonna go through that, because he ain't gonna fucking climb shit. He is going to take the dodge action and hide behind Squire Scott. For king and country. Leah, since you are inebriated, tell me what you are wanting to do, and then I'll tell you exactly how to make that roll.
I want to cast Mind Thrust on the knoll, but can I even see it?
No, you would not have visual on it at the moment.
Okay, alright. In that case, I am going to activate Thought Form as a bonus action.
Okay. Ouch.
Beep. And I'm gonna hold a Mind Sliver cantrip for the knoll.
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me check range. I'm gonna get it a little bit closer first. I got a 60 feet range, so I'm gonna get closer.
Fair enough.
Do.
He's got 30 feet. Does he take damage when he starts his turn, Arbus, or is it an end of turn thing?
No, it's only if he tries to leave it.
So if he tries to go through the wall,
Yeah.
or does he have to like climb it? I only read the first half, I'm going to be honest.
When it appears, they take the damage, and the creature can move through it slowly. If they enter or exit, they take more damage.
Okay. So he's going to move 30 feet. You're done, right, Leah?
Yes.
Alright, he's going to move 30 feet. 5,
Oh, if it ends its turn there, it takes damage.
30. And they'll use all of its movement to get onto the other side. So go ahead and roll whatever it is for moving through it. Just say you climbed over it, but you still hit him.
So there we go.
Natural 20 on his save, so half damage. But that is all he gets. Grumpo.
It didn't do half.
Oh, it's psychic. It wouldn't matter anyways then.
Oh.
I don't know how that. Is it an all or nothing?
Wait,
Is it a spell or what does it say?
it's a cantrip.
Mind Sliver?
Yeah.
It's an all or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah, so it didn't hit then. My bad.
it's all good. New spells. All sorts of spells.
All sorts of spells.
Wizard.
Lots of fun.
Grumpo.
Lots to read.
Wolfguard,
Yeah.
hold my beer.
There's no one there. I'm hidden.
He's probably like 100 to 200 feet away.
that spear on the bush.
Oh, I thought he was closer.
Oh, he's still close. He can reach out and touch someone. Believe me.
That's my favorite thing to do.
It's all right. End of the round is the best part.
Okay, the immediate area around Gronkum, is there anything that looks flat?
Flat as in what? Like how big flat? Flat rock? Flat surface?
Flat surface that he can put the glass down so he doesn't have to worry about spilling any of it?
Yeah, you actually find a very nice flat rock by the tree you're currently near.
Okay.
But I don't know about Airbus. What if he knocks it over?
He's pretty tipsy.
What if he drinks?
My constitution's strong hog.
I know, he's barely tipsy. He might need
beer. Airbus tips over the beer. So what do you want for your next character?
Alright, you've set the beer down.
That's 40 feet. Oh, we can't move the arrows.
You have to, they patched it. You have to hold shift now, I think, and then mouse wheel it. It's stupid. That's what I was complaining about at the start of the game. I was like, why can't I move my nose? Oh no.
Wait, why is it disadvantage?
He's dodging.
That's right.
Hold on. Let's see what you get. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna just keep that to myself. But you still miss.
Uh-oh.
Squire! Protect me!
You can tell me.
Oh no. Poor Scott. Sorry, Scott.
No. Kurlingum.
Have to quick say his name. It's the only way to save him.
Lord Farquaad just looks at you in terror, like,
Give me your beer.
Wolfgar, you just watch this happening.
I'm just gonna facepalm and take a shot at the damn thing.
Poor Scott. His life is so short. Oh no.
Well, he has a name, so he gets that saved.
Ew.
No, you didn't name him. I named him. He's just little
I
Squire.
said he has a name,
Mm.
and his name was Squire Scott.
A boy has no name.
I may or may not have had a beer before I came on this run.
Wolfgar, you lost. Reroll the attack on Arborist.
If I say his name, will you give him death saves?
Nope.
I'm rolling it on.
Well,
It's
it's not the end of the turn. Maybe somebody can heal him. It didn't mean to kill him. It just wants to knock him out.
There you go. I missed.
Gronkum, you
Well,
punched
I'll let
boy.
you say,
You
well,
punched
I'll let
boy.
you say, if you didn't intend to kill him, you could
I
have done
did.
non-lethal damage.
I did say at the very beginning that I was going to punch them with the intent of knocking them out and not killing.
I missed that bit. So
At the
you,
very, very beginning, like before the map was brought up and before the nulls,
okay.
that was my plan, was to punch him in the back of the head and knock him out.
We'll just say that he's knocked out for the moment then. So as long as you don't lose to the last remaining null, you should be okay.
Scott yet lives.
I missed all
Already doing better than the other Scott that we know.
True.
Did we ever get that guy's remains out of there?
Nope. That is a hit, though. That's a lot of dice.
Uh-oh.
Fear not, Lord Farquaad. I am here to assist you. He's going to go ahead and he's going to take his hammer and he's going to chuck it at the knoll.
Magic flying hammer.
A miss. You watch as it goes past him and it returns back to his hand. He's going to throw it again.
Can I make an attempt to grab it?
Nope. 21. He takes 17 points of damage. The hammer smacks into him and flies back and returns to his hand again. And then he leashes it one more time.
Miss, 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 miss.
15.
Dang it.
He watches it smacks into the head, just crushing the skull, flying back to him. He looks back to you. This one's to you, and you watch as he chugs his beer. And you watch as the beer fills back up to the top, and he jumps away 60 feet.
He's got a lot of movement.
He's got some very special items.
An infinite beer.
Cheating. At it, find it. Saphira just came up. You wanted to
They
bite him?
didn't regulate what kind of mugs you use. It just happens to be one of those self-refilling
Oh, no. His mug is normal.
He's got like a ring or something.
Saphira just gives loves to Gronkum. Theris, before the end of the turn.
I know what he has. Know that.
I'm
You
trying to
remember
remember
what the name of that cantrip is.
No idea what he has. Theris, roll a percentile die. 97.
Uh-oh.
You
That is
meditate
the opposite
into the
direction,
emptiness. Just frustrated. You know there's more to this. You could feel it. You're so close. And then you feel cold.
No. Not
As you
again.
meditate, you open your eyes and you just feel air flowing past your face. As you are like passing through clouds as you begin to descend upon the desert. I need everyone to roll a perception check. Except for you there, so you already see this by default.
Ari is
Ari with
apparently
normal perception.
thoroughly distracted.
You're good. You don't even have to roll. Everybody but Ari, you look to the sky and you watch as a large blue meteor begins to descend from the skies. And you watch as it passes through these 5 massive runes of ice in the air. Arborist, roll a history check or an arcana check.
The what?
You've seen something like this before. You have no fucking clue what it is, though. But you watch as the meteor
Quick, someone
passes
cast holy.
way up in the sky. You watch as the meteor passes through each of these 5 rings. As it passes through the center, you watch as it shatters into these sparkles. As you watch as it crashes to the ground. Ari, D4.
4.
Look at this.
Now, did I want to roll high or low?
It's directional. So you guys watch as this meteor comes from the east and crashes in the west. Lord
The sky
Fark
is falling.
immediately looks up. A meteor! Untold riches!
Give me your beer.
And Ferris, as you watch this land in the desert, you get this immediate sense of primal fear. You need to get to your friends as soon as possible.
Am I flying or levitating or what's going on?
No, this was a vision.
Okay.
So after the vision ceases, you wake up with an immediate fear that your friends are in immediate danger.
I will start running in that direction.
All right, as you run out, you do see Ari kind of sitting on the outskirts of town, kind of towards where the competition started.
Yeah, I'll be heading that way. I'm like, Ari, come on, we have to go now. If he's not getting up, I'm just going to grab you by the arm as I go past you.
This is very intense.
Everyone's in danger. We have to go now.
All right.
All right, you guys run forward. Let me get you on the map. We'll keep Saphira out of it because we got to keep her safe. She's too little.
She's just a baby.
I know. We'll keep her safe. Don't worry, Gronkum. I got your back. All right, there's and Ari do get here in time.
I know what this is, but I don't know what this is. But I know what this is, but I'm not sure.
Gronkum, Leah, and Arborist and Wolfguard. As you see, by the time this happens, you see Theris and Ari running in your direction. You just feel cold and scared and barely able to breathe as you hear in the distance large wings. I need everyone to roll a perception check at disadvantage. Ooh. Oh no!
Very consistent.
Natural one.
No!
Drink.
Hold on. I gotta get one more. Oh wow. Okay, I gotta drink a beer. Hold on, let me get another one. One sec.
I am not used to not having luck points. Gronkum and I saw this in the mini session. I am scared.
We did.
We didn't see what it was, but we saw something landing.
You saw the vision. Although, you did see it. You just didn't really put it together.
The
Grunkum,
last mini session.
you saw this vision. You got to hear it. Def got to see it in the last mini session. But both of you will know exactly. So, I won't even bother rolling fumbles on you for this one. You immediately all sober up at the mass fear you feel. There's no longer any type of penalty on you for alcohol. That was just for fun. Gronkum, since you're the only person who didn't really mess up your hole, you look up in the sky and you see a massive creature, black in form, large black wings.
It's not that, is it?
Large
Yeah, it is that.
crystalline
Not bad, is it?
arm on its right arm.
Oh shit.
As he looks at this, distractedly, Gronkum does a Hulk punch to Lord Farquaad.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh god, hold on. What the fuck is that thing's name? Hold on. I should know this too. Oh good, I do know what it is. I don't feel as bad now.
I mean, he's only got 9 hit points.
I'm gonna quickly restart my FG.
This is a good choice. You see 300 feet up in the air. This shift rotate thing's gonna know the hell out of me. A large black winged devil, demon, some sort of fiend. Its right arm completely crystal or ice. That's into Ferris's turn. Top of the round.
Initiative reroll.
Every round. Lord Farquaad is dead apparently. Or unconscious. You might have just saved his life.
But put him back. I'm not done with him yet.
Oh, don't worry, he's there. I'm just keeping him away from it.
That is
Picks them
completely
up and throws them.
That's counterproductive to Gronkum's plan.
You tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if you succeed. Don't worry. This thing looks down from its current location
Now, out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
its left arm, does it look rather similar to the one that she saw Deft with in her vision?
Not
Kind
at
of.
all.
No? Okay.
This is either an arm of crystal or an arm of ice.
Oh, the other arm.
No, the other one. The one
Oh, that
that's...
one?
The one that's not crystal.
You gotta wait till your turn.
I'm scared. It's time to go.
You watch as this thing just dives down. It's gonna launch 2 ice shards. First one is gonna be at you, Gronkum.
30.
Does it still say Ari selected, or...
You take no damage, but then, hold on a sec. You then need to make a dex save, but you also get advantage. You still failed, and you take another 2 points of damage as it explodes. The second one is gonna go at Yulia.
Doesn't have to.
That is a 30. I think it's out of shield range.
Just by a little bit, yeah.
You take 10 points of damage. You fail your dex save. And take another 10 points of cold damage.
What type of damage was the first one?
Cold damage.
Why did it do half?
Piercing, probably. Oh, it's piercing damage, yeah. So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
basically
then
the ice shards, so it's piercing, and then the cold damage.
Okay.
It's from exploding ice.
So working as intended. All good.
As a bonus action, okay, done. I have a thing for this. That's an action. It's gonna yell out. What is actually? It doesn't even have to yell. It's just you're all within range of telepathy. In all of your minds, it says, "Where is death?"
Different plane of
Man.
existence, asshole.
Yeah.
Leah, at this time, you get a message. It's yeah.
I really hope Satoshi weakened this thing. Looks like it, but hard to be sure.
You get that.
Okay. I'll deal with that later.
All right, Gronkum. It's about 120 feet up in there. You guys know you missed him.
This is not good. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is very not good.
Do we want to try and run away?
You said it's 120 feet in the air.
Mm. They got to fight him once. It is absolutely the same arm that Deft looks like Deft had, except much, much larger.
Huh. Yeah, no, Ari's gathering the pieces. Also, apparently I'm having difficulties connecting.
Ouch. What you got, Gronkum?
A plan is slowly forming. I'm just looking.
Remember how we
at-
were laughing the last time we fought this guy? Like, I really wish he could fight Gronkum because that would actually be really fun to see. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, I'm
laughing.
working.
Wish granted.
It's weaker, right? It's weaker.
Actually, you do no. You, the player, would notice that it's got new abilities that it didn't seem to have last time.
We
Seemingly coming from the arm.
gotta run.
Know anyone who uses ice or crystal magic?
Uh-huh. I think so.
Got a couple of people.
Orange.
Oh, okay. Grockum is going to use an improvised weapon.
I like this. Lord Farquaad, I take it?
Yes, he reaches down, grabs him, flies 80 feet up in the air
Whistling?
towards, yes, while whistling, towards the devil.
All right, so you're about 40 feet lower than him, same location you're in now. I'll say, actually, yeah, fair enough. Lord Farquaad's not that heavy. And this is funny. I'll
And I throw Lord Farquaad at the devil.
athletics check, please. Because this amuses me greatly.
Why do you want to kill Lord Farquaad?
I don't like his name.
You chuck Lord Farquaad at the creature. As a reaction, it's going to slice him as it gets near. That is gonna be, where's Farquaad on the tracker? Farquaad. Oh, he's already gone. All right. So this is with his Black Claw, his normal one. That is a 23. Farquaad takes 28 points of damage and is bisected.
Well, that uses up his reaction for this round.
Sure.
Malcolm pulls a hand axe from his belt.
All right.
And how far is he away from me now?
So you're 40 feet below him, and then the distance you are now. What's the distance on your axe?
2060.
I think you're probably out of range, unfortunately.
Okay. What about
How
daggers?
much blood do you have on your arm right now?
Huh?
How much blood do you have in the arm?
14.
Oh, unfortunately.
I used it all, remember? I used it all for the Fey Avenger. Yeah.
Unfortunate. You could always try free actions. You can try to taunt him. If you dare. We are near the town of
It's drawn over. We can't see it.
There's a T-Rex on it.
Oh, wait, what? What's that? There's oh.
Wait, it's in Discord. It's in Discord. The
It's
town of
Vasamis. Vasamis.
yeah, that one.
We're about right here.
Perfect. Thank you.
How much longer are we going tonight?
We're not gonna go too much longer here.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm always really good for late, but I'm about to pass out for whatever reason.
No worries. Arborist is probably
Probably not a bad time as well, considering I'm still waiting for my character to appear.
Oh, your character will appear on the turn.
There we go. But
We'll
also,
finish
for some
probably
reason, I can't
turn.
see. I can't see anyone else's.
Everyone should be on the map. On the Knolls in the Night map.
I can't even see everyone up at the top left. Like, already finally appeared for me, but
Huh. Weird.
and on the I think it's probably something to do with my internet connection.
Yeah, see, I've heard you go robot
the
a
internet's
few
not that
times.
great out here.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna stop after this one.
Yeah, the internet's not very.
Anything else for you, Gronkum?
Yeah, he's just gonna yell something at the devil.
Alright. There's not here. There's.
Do I know what this is or recognize it?
Roll Arcana or religion or history. Whatever you feel more comfortable that you would like.
Let me see. Arcana and religion are the same. Since I worship Arcana, it makes sense.
It escapes you, and then you hear this voice behind, like in the back of your mind. This devil is beyond all of you. That's all you hear.
How far away is it from me?
It's 120 feet up in the air.
Okay, it's
And
105
then-
away, and then so it's a good ways away. It's out of my range. I'm just going to start yelling for everybody. We have to leave. We can't fight this thing. And
Far away is Theris.
Ooh, Gronkum. It's a devil, but it might understand it. Yeah, nope, it understands it. Roll a persuasion check, Gronkum. You just hear someone yell, "Oh no." You hear someone yell, "Hey, sunshine!" As you see someone jumping up in the air and throwing a large hammer. That is 14 points of damage to 7. Recognizing this as the hammer flies back, it's going to use its bonus action to hex it. Giving disadvantage, knowing Gronkum. Let's give it disadvantage on strength checks. See, not all my NPCs are assholes.
Just this one. Can I argue instead of a persuasion that it'd be more of an intimidation?
It's not afraid of you in the slightest. Gonna be honest. Second attack for Bowie is a miss. The hammer flies back for the last attack. Ooh, just misses. And he's going to land next to you, Grunkum.
Welcome's in the air.
Ow. Then he's going to land him next to Leah. It's like, looks like you guys need a hand. Yeah.
Whew, okay. Let's see. Let's see. I am...
Leah, roll a history check with advantage.
Okay.
You probably know where I'm going with this. Okay. Hold on one second. There you go.
Okay, alright.
As such, you would also know, just from plain knowledge, Leah, these kinds of creatures may be immune to certain levels of magical spells.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I am gonna bonus action. Get bonus action cantrips, right?
I don't know if you have any, but you might.
Oh no, I was looking at a spell. Okay.
Yeah, even in the new deep magic stuff, I don't think there's a ton yet. I still have to go through some now.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to book it then. I don't want to fight this thing. I'm gonna start backing up.
Okay.
10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'm backing off.
As you're backing away, all of you in your heads just see this snowy vision in your minds of a horn. Only a vision imparts to you.
Right?
Anything else for you?
You got my message, right?
Yep.
Well, he's out of my range. Can't do anything.
Oh, come on, you big chicken. This is like what you live for. You finally have a time to fight a monster as a freaking blood hunter. And you don't want to fight it?
Fine, I won't be lazy.
What have you been training for this whole time? This is your moment to shine.
There's
Thank you,
no
Chicken
way.
Big.
There's no way.
I'm gonna use a free action.
Let's see if you guys do better than the last party that fought this.
You guys did not see what we saw. This thing is mean.
I'm putting my crossbows away. Bring out my longbow.
This version is an upgraded version as well.
Wow, 18 miss.
Yeah, 22 missed.
And we missed again.
Yeah, I would not do sharpshooter on this thing. The 22 misses.
I could dream for a nat 20, can I?
At the end of your turn, we'll first use the legendary action.
But I used my anti-legendary action.
You could certainly try. With that, it's going to cast a spell with its arm. It is going to fling an ice shard and you, Airbus.
Aw.
It lands at the ground next to you. Seemingly missed its attack.
I get the feeling it didn't miss its attack.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the turn best
also
suited
look a
for
bit
you, but
awkward for me.
all other people.
Alright, this thing wants to kill Deft.
Technically, you
Things
don't
also
know
look a bit
it
awkward
wants
for
to
me on that.
kill Deft.
It did just ask where Deft is. Maybe Deft just owes it money.
No, it did ask where Deft was and immediately attacked us.
I'm also having some connection issues.
It makes it even scarier.
Basically,
doesn't it?
well, like everything from or everyone for me is just green and yellow squares, with the exception of the unidentified creature and myself.
Uh-oh.
So I can't really tell where anyone is.
Right now it's in the air, and everyone else is either on the ground. Gronkum, you're 80 feet up in the air, and Bowie just landed on the ground. So basically, Bowie and Gronkum's in the air, Bowie's on the ground. They're both between the rest of the party, and you're kind of in the back.
Yeah, I can see where myself is. I assume the square beside me is Theris. I don't know who's in front of me.
Airbus.
Arborist. Airbus.
Wolfguard's off to the east. Lee is to the west, a couple of squares. Gronkum and Bowie are halfway between you and the thing.
Okay.
Gronkum left, Bowie right.
See, they both feel a little bit bad now because we've fought this thing before, and I was like, I wonder which group would do better, the group we have now or the group our group. And I said our group, the fighters we have now, would do better than the group we had previously.
You really think so?
I stick by that to this day. I still think you guys have a better odd with this group than you did the last group.
I don't know about that, considering it was busted for a good part of the fight.
True, I didn't have the resistances correct, but I also added a magical arm this time.
Now the resistance is working correctly, and it's been buffed.
But the best part is though, how many people were in your group last time? You had 1, 2, like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
So it was Sitesh, Gray, DV, unnamed thing, you, unnamed other thing. So 7.
Redacted.
Redacted. Redacted.
I know
and
what
redacted.
one of those redacted were. I don't
One of the
recall the other.
redacted works for the person in the central thing, and one of the redacted works for death.
Right. Central thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is that what I think it is?
It's a devil of some kind.
It's gonna win us this competition. Nobody else can take out a devil.
And I don't think
I
we
didn't
can.
even think about that. Crowd of never.
What's the plan?
Kill it. Drag its carcass.
Leah looks incredibly just freaked out.
You signed up for this a
I
lot.
didn't sign up for this.
Hmm. It's the curiosity of what does she do. Devils tend to have an immunity to fire.
This one's throwing ice. Its arm looks like ice.
I reiterate my previous statement.
Keep in
Devils
mind,
tend to have an immunity to fire.
it showed you a vision in your head of a horn set in snow.
The
Oh,
creature
this-
did, or
Ah, someone's picking it up.
Yeah.
Anyone
That-
remember any
The
promise?
remember roll. The orb of memory that we saw this thing getting its current arm. I think.
No, that was a vision Ari. I think that was an Ari vision.
Yeah. Was it this creature getting its current arm?
No. You never saw this creature get its arm.
though Ari did feel some kind of connection based on, the crystalline fracturing of her arm, but beyond that.
Anything you want to do?
And how high up in the air is this creature?
120 feet.
You're pretty decently far away unless you got a decently ranged spell. If you want a dimension door, dude, by all means, feel free.
Our spell sniper.
There you go.
Hey, remember when DB dimension doored to
Yeah.
it? That one
Let's
well.
just say there was an opportunity for this thing to be killed at one point and it couldn't be done, so a very shifty character managed to steal a thing from this thing and managed to not need to kill it, and then everyone ran away. Not gonna name names.
Yeah.
Death.
This is what you guys
And
get for
now
not
it's
joining the
They
session.
dated a 17-year-old. A very mature 17-year-old, Death, don't worry. Considering all things in this
And
world,
hold
who knows? Who knows?
on. And what about a 17-year-old?
You're a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll get there later. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll all work out okay. Anything else you wanted to do? So big flying demon, 120 feet
got a
up
hold
there.
of her, so just hesitant to throw a fireball at it.
I'd allow. Yeah. What's the distance on
So-
fireball?
I think it's like 150.
Firebolt's
love it.
120.
I'd let you fireball or firebolt.
Firebolt's 120. Fireball's 150.
You're doing fireball.
So there's what's the plan here?
I don't think we can take this. I think we should run.
No.
Do I know what do I know about devils?
Well, thankfully, in this occasion, you know a little bit more. As you look at this creature, you almost have a natural understanding of it. It does terrify you. You do know it is stronger than you. I'm going to give you an answer, which is still a very interesting. Hang on, how you react, I will let you explain to them in your own regard. Of my own making and adjustment.
This is well beyond our magics aren't going to affect it. As powerful as you are, Gronkum, we cannot take this. It is so far beyond us. I turn and look at Ari, and it was like part of the most serious you've ever seen, Theris. With like scared.
Nods. Kraken, we need to leave. Two for the major armor first. She will cast mage armor for this round. Now, did you say one of those spikes landed beside her?
Airbus.
A spike landed beside Airbus.
Is this thing attacking us or
And
anything?
Airbus is directly
Yes.
in front of me.
It's been throwing ice shards. It hit, I believe it was
Gronkum
Gronkum
and Leah.
and Leah with an ice shard, and then it threw an ice shard next to Airbus, but it didn't hit him.
Which side of Airbus is that ice shard on? Just out of
And
curiosity.
it's to the western side of our current map, to his left.
So, like right there?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Still being held by Thera, so she'll back up probably about 5 feet or so.
I love causality.
So she's about 5 feet off the map.
Okay.
And after the mage armor, that about concludes what she can do. Hearing that this thing is immune to magic, not much else that she can do about that.
Arborist.
Ooh. So it's immune to magic.
You're not sure to what extent, but from
Cool.
what Sarah says, is very serious.
Well, it's in the air. I kind of don't want it up there anymore. So I want to cast Control Winds.
What kind of distance does that have?
300.
Ooh, okay. So you're gonna control wind. So what does it do?
100-foot cube. I can control whether it's a gust, a downward, a downdraft, or an updraft. The downdraft is what I would like to choose.
Does it have a save?
There is a DC 17 strength save.
Go ahead and force a save on it.
Wait, you said 100-foot cube?
300.
No, 300 range.
300 range.
100-foot cube.
Would that hit you too, Gronkum?
It would. Gronkum's only Like
All right, so
60,
go ahead and
80
roll it
away
on
from it.
him too, but it does fail.
Ooh. Surprising. What did it roll?
It rolled a 6.
So I just knocked it prone.
Hold on one sec.
If this is a standard devil, that's impressive because they usually have advantage on magic save.
It
I did
did.
not
It
think
rolled.
that
Actually, hold
was
on.
going to work.
No, hold on. Something's wrong.
We're
It does have
questioning it.
advantage on
We're
magic.
questioning it. Failure.
No, hold on. Why does that not impact?
If he
It
rolled
does
a
have
6, it gives him a +8.